Hello, in this video we will discuss about the adrenergic system. In this way we will first of all understand the nervous system and what is that. And first of all I want to say that the adrenergic system is the sympathetic nervous system activation which that is lead to increase the fight and flight response during the stress time. So the nervous system contains a peripheral nervous system and central nervous system. The peripheral nervous system contains autonomic and somatic. Autonomic means without our control, while the somatic nervous system is voluntary, but the autonomic is the involuntary. Somatic contain a motor division and sensory division, while on the other hand the central nervous system contain a brain and spinal cord. On the other hand, the autonomic nervous system contain a sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. So the sympathetic nervous system is contain different hormones, a neurotransmitter, and this neurotransmitter basically adrenergic neurotransmitter, adrenaline and noradrenaline. It is also known as the catecholamine, and this is the adrenaline and noradrenaline. So in this way we will discuss about what is the sympathetic nervous system. During the sympathetic nervous system, the inhibition of the digestion, it means the leading of the vomiting if we are in the process of digestion. While in the case of increase the power due to the increase the energy level due to the thyroxine and triiodothyronine production for increase the ATP. But in this way we will just understand the norepinephrine and epinephrine. But basically we will focus on the norepinephrine. So here is the vomiting and the power will be increased due to the sympathetic nervous system during the fight and flight response, which that is inhibit the digestion but the promotion of the activation of power to increase the ATP. So here is, let's begin to understand what is the catecholamine. So the adrenaline is basically here, and the noradrenaline or norepinephrine and dopamine. So the adrenalines contain a two hydroxy group, and the basically the nitrogen which contain a methyl group in the nitrogen, while the noradrenaline lack of the methylation. So in this way the dopamine is contained just a same mechanism. In this way the difference is that hydroxyl group is not present. So let's begin to understand the biosynthesis from the liver. So the story will begin from the liver. In this way, here you can see the phenylalanine, that is the amino acid, are present in the liver, for example. And this phenylalanine contain a carboxyl group and amine group. You can see in this diagram. So convert by the hydroxylase enzyme to tyrosine. So the difference with the tyrosine, the hydroxyl group are attached with the ring. So here is the blood circulatory system, the blood vessel. When entry of the tyrosine into the blood circulatory system will lead to go into the adrenal medulla for the synthesis of the noradrenaline and adrenaline. What just we will focus on the noradrenaline for fight and flight response because it is lead to vasoconstriction. Also the vasodilation we will also understand by the different region which that is required on the basis of the receptor. So here is the adrenal gland. This adrenal gland contain a adrenal cortex outer side and adrenal medulla inside, and this is the receptor are present. This receptor, and here is you can see that this is the adrenergic nerves ending of the medulla. So this is the effector nerve ending. In this way, how it's possible to stimulate this nerve ending to excrete the noradrenaline we will discuss first. So first of all we will understand the here is the adrenergic nerve ending. It is known as the effector, which that is come from the effector to effector, and this is the corticotrophin releasing hormone which that is released from the hypothalamus we will discuss here. And after the corticotrophin releasing hormone will release to trigger the adrenocorticotropic hormone, This adrenocorticotropic hormone will release from the anterior pituitary gland. It is also known as the adenohypophysis, while the posterior is known as the neurohypophysis. So the basically is that this adrenocorticotropic releasing hormone, a corticotropic hormone, will move into the blood circulatory system, and that is basically triggering of the exocytosis. So basically it will be increase the um, synthesis of the adrenocorticotropic hormone, adrenaline. So the noradrenaline and adrenaline. In this way, here is the tyrosine. This tyrosine is basically entry. After the entry into the nerve ending, tyrosine basically through a channel will hydroxylase enzyme used to hydroxyl group will be added in this tyrosine to convert L-dopa and decarboxylation to produce dopamine by a decarboxylase enzyme, and the receptor are present in the vesicle, and this vesicle UMAT, and in this way the adrenaline transferase enzyme used for the transfer of the dopamine inside, and that's converted by the beta hydroxylase enzyme to noradrenaline, and the calcium will influx of the calcium due to the depolarization of the nerve ending by the action potential will lead to exocytosis of this vesicle, and after this exocytosis basically itself receptor is also present, is known as the autoreceptor alpha 2, which that is stimulate to more exocytosis of the neurotransmitter. In this case, on the other hand, if we will discuss, this will lead to enter into the blood circulatory system into 2 to 3 seconds. It is mean very rapidly. Why? Because the increase of the heart rate and increase the attention will be more and more possibility to decrease the time. And so that is why the rapid response will be occur. So in this way, here is the alpha 1, alpha 2 and beta 2 receptor are also present for the noradrenaline, and this adrenaline is also produced, which that is lead to vasodilation, while the noradrenaline is used for the vasoconstriction. But here is you can see that is the vasoconstriction of the alpha 1 receptor will bind with the endothelial cell of the blood vascular system, blood circulatory system of the blood vessel to constrict. While on the other hand, the G coupled protein receptor is also present, the alpha 1 receptor, which in the liver to gluconeogenesis and glycogenolysis to increase the glucose into the blood circulatory system for increase the ATP production and the using of the brain ATP using into the brain more, because the alert will require more energy. In this case, the digestive system is also contain alpha 1 receptor and beta 2, which that is lead to increase the motility increase the motility decrease, so the decreasing of the motility and blood glucose level will be high, and platelets for um, mm, aggregation due to the beta 1 receptor, and beta 1 receptor is also present in the eye cell, which that is alpha 1 receptor, so this alpha 1 receptor will use for the radial muscle contraction, so the radial muscle contraction, and the pancreas is also contain a beta to be alpha 2 receptor. This alpha 2 receptor will lead to inhibition of insulin release, and in this way the glucose level will remain high in the blood circulatory system, and this is basically the normal and increase the blood glucose level, but after the sympathetic nervous system deactivation to lead again normal the blood glucose level. So here is the heart, and this heart contain beta 1 receptor also. This is used for the force of contraction and heart rate. But in the case of the adrenaline, which that is vasodilation, while the noradrenaline is used for the vasoconstriction. So in this way, you can see that on the basis of the different receptor which lead to vasoconstriction and vasodilation, on the basis of their G-coupled protein receptor types, And in this way here is you can see that is the adipose tissue lipolysis will be occur, and fat to convert free fatty acid go into the blood circulatory system also occur by the beta 2 receptor. So this the beta 2 receptor is also used for it. While in the case of here is the kidney, which that is used for the increased filtration through beta 1 receptor. And in this way here is you can see that beta 1 receptor are present in the bladder for relaxation, and in this way the dilation. So in this way the urethra will be dilate also to urination. So vasoconstriction and vasodilation on the basis of the G coupled protein receptor.